so smart and so disciplined and so like completely focused and dialed in. Great at everything. And the crazy thing is, didn't even start as a striker. Started as a grappler.
He is rightly the #1 contender. According to the rankings, he's the #1 contender. If Justin continues to fight, then he's going to fight the #1 contender.
I think he's wrestled like 8 times this
No,
just fucking dudes up, making all the money. He makes 6 figures every time he picks somebody up, but he's active. He's staying active, staying in shape.
Can wrestle like
Arman Tsarukyan has firmly established himself as one of the most dangerous contenders in the UFC. But what exactly makes him such a difficult matchup? From his relentless grappling and physical strength to his evolving striking and elite fight IQ, MMA professionals break down the specific tools that define his threat level. As one peer noted, Arman has blown out a lot of guys.
He's a massive star now.
True. Especially online. I don't know how much that translates to the general public. It's for dorks like us. Dorks like us
we are some dorks.
Are riding his nuts. he beat Giorgio twice.
Such a good point.
Is it Lance Palmer, the wrestler that he tech-falled, which is nuts?
Nuts. Uriah Faber.
Yeah.
Threw over the
That was crazy. Why'd you do that? What if you both got hurt? What if you hurt Uriah?
He's a bit of a meathead.
Well, he's a psychopath.
Yeah.
He's a full-on psychopath. I mean, he's rich.
Dude, he's so rich.
Literally, well.
Daniel Cormier commends Arman Tsarukyan for his relentless grappling activity, labeling him among the world's top lightweights. He points to Arman's size, strength, and overall physicality as the primary drivers of his effectiveness.
And he's so active in grappling, you know?
Listen, man, this guy might just be the best lightweight in the world. Since Islam's gone, he's really good, man. He's big, he's strong.
Thomas praises Arman Tsarukyan's stronger resume, durability, and wrestling talent. He notes Tsarukyan's difficult style and well-rounded skill set, making him an especially tough opponent.
Competition. His stylistically more difficult based on his ability to. He's more durable. He wrestles better. He's just a more stylistically much more difficult.
Meanwhile, Arman Tsarukyan isn't just after another win. He's aiming to forge an all-time great legacy, and defeating Mauricio Ruffy would be a significant step toward that goal.
Confident, I know I'm gonna beat Ruffy and then fight for the title and to be a champion. And I want to be the best ever lightweight fighter.
I got Ruffy, and now I'm focused on the Ruffy. I'm waiting for the best version of Ruffy, and I'm going to be ready 100% for
Arman Tsarukyan respects the threat Ruffy poses on the feet, but he sees grappling as the most direct route to victory. At the same time, he remains confident that his striking can inflict serious damage when the exchanges open up.
Good job, and I have a time to watch his all fights, and he's a good striker. I think right now in our division, one of the best striker, because he knocked out Rafael Fiziev. Fiziev is the best striker as well, and it's gonna be dangerous on the feet, but on the wrestling, I think it's gonna be easier. Yeah, everybody knows I'm gonna shoot, but they don't know when and which round. Maybe it's gonna be round number 4, number 3. So let's see.
Do you think you could knock him out on the feet, though?
I can. I've been in this business long time, so I have a lot of good knockouts.
Michael Bisping notes Ruffy's threat, citing his knockout of Michael Chandler and his active fight schedule. He also points out Ruffy's submission loss to Benoit Saint-Denis, suggesting Arman could target that same vulnerability with his superior wrestling.
Mauricio Ruffy is a very dangerous guy. We saw him at the White House. He absolutely smoked Michael Chandler. That was one-way traffic all day long. Against Rafael Fiziev at the start of the year, the man's been busy. This is the 3rd fight of the year, by the way. Against Fiziev, second round, knocked him out. I think it was a straight right hand, right? Beautiful shot, took him out. But before that, it was Paris, Benoit Saint-Denis. And Benoit Saint-Denis absolutely ragdolled him before getting a submission due to face crank in the 2nd round, right? And if Benoit Saint-Denis can ragdoll Mauricio Ruffy all around the place, then you better bet your bottom dollar that Arman Tsarukyan.
Michael Bisping also gives Arman Tsarukyan the advantage, forecasting that he will lean on his wrestling and follow the blueprint Benoit Saint-Denis employed. He applauds Ruffy's exciting striking, but expects Tsarukyan to repeatedly take him down and dictate the pace, especially with the benefit of a fervent home crowd.
If Arman Tsarukyan beats Mauricio Ruffy, and I'll say it early, right? He probably will. He'll probably just do what Benoit Saint-Denis did. Mauricio Ruffy, he's awesome to watch. I mean, look at that spinning wheel kick over Bobby Green, right? It was phenomenal. But more than likely he's going to get taken down. Arman Tsarukyan, especially in Los Angeles, right, with a massive Armenian community, right, he's going to have a lot of support in the building. That's why he's on the card. That's why he was fighting Islam Makhachev.
Doctor. Lopez explains the stylistic contrast. Arman often uses his striking to open up opportunities for grappling, then attacks the legs to secure takedowns. In contrast, Ruffy poses a tricky puzzle. His low hand stance draws opponents forward, allowing his unpredictable punches to land from unexpected angles.
Arman uses his striking really to set up his grappling, you know? So, I mean, he has got striking, but predominantly he wants to take you down and maul you, you know? You know, he puts that, you know, that arm shield out and, you know, he tries to get you on the back foot and then he chases your legs, you know? Yeah, but, you know, as far as Rufy's, he's a hard puzzle to work out because he's got his hands down. He's drawing you into that space, you know? If you're looking to shoot and someone's got his hands down, it's not as inviting, you know? And he's inviting you into his space, and that's where he's the most dangerous because, you know, he makes his jabs look like uppercuts, you know? His uppercuts look like hooks, and yeah, his punches come out of nowhere.
Unpredictability is exactly what Lopez emphasizes when discussing Ruffy. He highlights the fighter's unconventional style, power timing, and high fight IQ, noting his innate ability to set traps for his opponents. However, Lopez also identifies defensive wrestling as a critical area for improvement. He maintains that Ruffy does not necessarily need to become an elite wrestler, provided he can consistently return to his feet and rely on his striking to find the finish.
Very unusual style, so it's very hard to prepare for it. He hits so hard.
Really hard?
Yeah. Really hard. He whack, and he's got such good timing and such a good eye. Like he just sets little traps up for you. Everything he does, he's doing it for a reason. You know, like I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, there's everything he does. There's reasoning behind it, and he's got such a good. Yeah, like I said, he's got fighter IQ, he's got a good eye, and I think the missing piece was his defensive wrestling. You don't have to be the best wrestler, you don't have to be the best submission artist. As long as you can get back up and knock him out, that's all he needs, and I'm telling you, he's looking...
Israel Adesanya has also highlighted the unique threat posed by Ruffy during striking exchanges. According to Adesanya, his awkward timing, creative shot selection, and constant movement make it difficult for opponents to read his rhythm and find clean opening.
Like his arms are just, you know, like Luffy from One Piece, but he's got the ball and chain style, I call it. Whereas his arms are like chains and then just cannonballs at the end of them. The way he whips it and his evasiveness, the way he looks away from shots. Mixed martial arts. This is artistry, and I'm a big fan of his art. So, yeah. But also Arman, a guy that I think should have probably fought Gaethje, but again, he's been having issues with the UFC.
Yep.
So, yeah, he's taking time off, but now he gets to fight and showcase why he's one of the best. And I always think of Arman as a wrestler, but you forget how good his striking is.
Yeah.
Because I think the last time he fought, he threw an axe kick.
He said
and I remember thinking, like, when the that was an axe kick. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Like, he threw an axe kick, and I was like, when did he? Because he gets up there as well with the hammer down. So yeah, that's it.
Adesanya does not view this matchup as one-sided on the feet. Arman Tsarukyan has developed into a more dangerous striker, as his athleticism, kicking ability, and growing confidence provide the tools to compete during stand-up exchanges. Luke Thomas shifts the focus back to grappling, viewing Tsarukyan as the stronger wrestler in the matchup. He highlights Arman's ability to pressure Ruffy against the fence and finish powerful takedowns while questioning how much Ruffy has improved since his loss to Benoit Saint-Denis.
He's a dangerous guy. He's a dangerous guy because he's probably the closest to Islam in that weight class. Like, I can't wait till that fight transpires one day. I know we missed it, but I think when it comes to striking, like his striking is different to Islam. Like Islam is kickboxing, very technical. I think Arman has got nice boxing, good kicks as well. But his kicks are flashy. Like also like, you know, just sharp kicks.
But I would say Ruffy moves better. But Ruffy moves better on their feet. That's one thing that Arman's gonna have to solve.
Footwork. Distance. He's gonna need the distance.
Yes.
That's the thing. Ruffy's, you know, that's the thing. If you give him space, that's how it works. So Arman is probably gonna close the distance ASAP.
Thomas turns his attention to the grappling, noting that Arman Tsarukyan is the superior wrestler in this bout. He points out Tsarukyan's knack for pressing his opponent against the fence and delivering strong takedowns, and he questions how much Ruffy has progressed since his loss to BSD.
Probably is going to go bad. So there's a question of like, is this too much too soon for Hoofy relative to how bad he was against BSD? I understand that. On the other hand, like they got to do something with Arman, and if the Charles fight wasn't available for one reason or another, they had to give him somebody. They've reportedly told him, according to Earl Helwani, that if he wins this, he'll get a title shot, which I think is the right call. Hoofy's building up some momentum, you know, and it's worthy of saying as much. I mean, he was on that White House card for a reason. I think people really like the way that he fights. So like, if Arman wins, he gets a title shot, which I think is important for the division. And if Hoofy wins, I mean, obviously it depends how he wins, but if he's able to resist the takedowns enough where you can be like, wow, he's really moved on from the BSD fight and he wins, this is obviously putting him in title contention as well.
Mauricio Huffy here, but Huffy does pose a threat. You know, we've seen Arman Tsarukyan wobbled before. He's been KO'd earlier in his career. When I landed that knee to his body in our grappling match, I did feel him go a little bit. So there is some like durability issues. I don't want to sort of go too deep into that. But if there's a way to beat Arman, it's to catch him and do some damage to him, or catch him in a finishable position like Charles Oliveira did with the submissions. But Huffy ain't got the submissions of Oliveira, so his best bet is going to be to go out there and score a KO on Arman Tsarukyan in the first or second round of this fight. Could he do it? Yes. But I don't know, man. I think Arman's got this one. All of the work he's been doing in his grappling and his wrestling, and the amount of wrestling contests that he's been entering, it's gonna be in tip-top condition to take a guy like Mauricio Huffy down.
Combat sports legend Demetrius Johnson points to Ruffy's reach, mobility, and creative striking as key weapons Arman Tsarukyan cannot afford to overlook. Johnson fully expects Ruffy to mix in spinning and unusual attacks throughout the fight, but ultimately still favors Arman to secure the victory and a shot at the title. Johnson explained that Ruffy's movement, length, and unusual combinations make him dangerous, but Arman must get on him while remaining cautious.
The spinning shit, I mean, sometimes you just never know what guys like that are going to throw at you, right? You don't know if he's going to do a spinning back kick, spinning elbow, upward elbow. Yeah. You just never know. But I'm happy the fact that Arman gets the opportunity to fight, because if he wins, when he wins his fight, he should get the next title shot.
We say when he wins.
I'm going for my boy Arman. When he wins.
The clash of styles raises the stakes even further. Chuck Mindenhall sees the bout as a pivotal chance for both fighters. A victory would propel Ruffy toward the top of the division, while a win for Arman Tsarukyan could put him directly in line for a full shot.
Look at it, you know, Hoofy coming up. He's a guy who's super hungry, been dying to get into this kind of catapult situation where he can just kind of take that pole position for the contender. But from Arman's perspective, I'm like, man, this is a minefield to have to fight this guy to get to your title shot. And that's strange. And I think part of that, Luke, is
another MMA analyst gives Arman Tsarukyan the edge, pointing to his recent activity and his experience against high-level opposition. He expects Tsarukyan to rely heavily on his wrestling, neutralize Ruffy's striking, and control the fight from start to finish. He also believes Arman's willingness to stay active and accept tough opponents could prove important.
I think he was the official backup for the Ilya Gaethje fight as well. I feel like they're like, okay, he's one win away, but as much as I'd like Rufi, I think that Arman Tsarukyan is going to take him down, beat the fuck out of him, to be honest. But the only good thing to come out of this...
Meanwhile, Arman Tsarukyan is training hard for Mauricio Ruffy, sharpening his wrestling, conditioning, and striking. His camp is focused on strengthening his biggest weapons and ensuring he can control the fight wherever it goes.
Where's that goal?
Arman Tsarukyan is intensifying his grappling work, honing takedowns, control, and pressure through hard sparring. He's testing his game against tough training partners as he prepares for Ruffy.
Опережать, все время опережать.
Mauricio Ruffy is concentrating his training on striking and movement. He's refining his combinations, timing, and defensive reactions, aiming to control the distance so his speed and power can decide the fight. Ruffy is also putting serious work into his physical preparation, building strength and power while sharpening his conditioning. At the same time, he is refining his striking to stay effective under Arman Tsarukyan's pressure and grappling. Everything at stake, Arman Tsarukyan and Mauricio Ruffy face a compelling clash of styles. Tsarukyan's relentless wrestling and pressure will meet Ruffy's unpredictable striking, and the victor could make a significant leap toward the title.